days or 6 days like a day.
That's not nationality. That would be your
I don't
Messiah.
live for the devil though, and this not Jesus.
Okay, look, I got a question for you then. If you went to fill out an application, right, for a job, what would you put for your ethnicity?
Well, we been called niggas all our lives.
But nigga ain't on the application. What would you put? That is a byword that they use for it, but what would you put? Like black or African American?
I just said a human being negative.
They call us something though, sister. Well, what would they call you? Like black or African American, right?
They call us African American,
Right,
but
okay.
we not that either.
We not that either, right? Give me 28, Deuteronomy 28 and 37, right? That's just something that they call us. Yeah, that's the title that they put on us. That's not really what nationality.
The word was nigga all the time, and it still live. We use that against ourselves. We use
Right.
nigga against ourselves.
Yeah, read that. Watch this, sis. Read that. Matter of fact, start at 28 and 1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, from the top.
Bring it out.
And it shall come to pass,
Right.
if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God,
Hearken mean diligently mean listen closely. That's what it's saying, right? And this is Moses speaking to the Israelites, right? So go ahead.
to observe and to do all his commandments.
No, some of them.
All his commandments.
Not just a few.
All his commandments.
So Moses was telling the Israelites that you gotta come and keep the commandments that the Most High God has given y'all, right? Okay, go ahead.
Which I command thee this day,
Jump to keep going.
that the Lord thy God will set thee on high above all nations of the earth.
Right?
You going to
Read 2.
and all these blessings,
All these what?
and all these blessings
So if we listen to the Most High God and keep His commandments, all these blessings was gonna come over us and shower us as a people. Do it seem like we being showered with blessings right now as a people? No, right? Jump to 15.
Verse 15. But it shall come to pass, if thou wilt not hearken to the voice of the Lord thy God,
So if we don't listen to the voice of the Lord God, right? Go ahead.
to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes,
Right.
which I command thee this day,
Right.
that all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses,
All these what?
all these curses
Is a curse a good thing or a bad thing, sister?
Bad.
It's a bad thing, right? Go ahead.
shall come upon thee and overtake thee.
How you doing, sister? Sister Robin. Sister Robin, right? Brother Shelton Rob, we out here letting our people know who they are according to the Bible, right? So we just witnessed Deuteronomy chapter 28, and it says that if the Israelites were to listen to the Most High God, that He will bless them and set them above all nations, right? But if they don't listen, that these curses are gonna come upon them and overtake them, right? And the curse is a bad thing, right? You would agree? So I'm gonna read some of these curses, and you let me know if it sounds familiar, right? You too, Sister Linda. All right. Jump to verse 32.
Verse 32. Thy sons and thy daughters shall be given to another people.
Shall be what?
Given to another people.
So if you start to think about this, these people, it says if you don't listen to God, your sons and your daughters are going to be given unto another people. Right? Keep reading.
And thine eyes shall look and fail with longing for them all the day long.
Right? So you're going to be looking longer for your children, wanting them back all the day long. Right? Go ahead.
And there shall be no might in thine hand.
That shall what?
Be no might in thine hand.
So with no power in your hand to do anything about your children being taken from you. Right? That sound familiar? What it sound like?
Like you ain't got.
Okay, that's a good reference, right? But we're going to go a little deeper, and it's going to get more detailed, right? Go ahead. Jump to verse, matter of fact, give me 64, and then you give me Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And then you get Exodus 20 and 2 as well, and then you give me, you got your pocket? Yeah. Give me 2nd Ezra 1 and 7. Go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and verse 64. And the Lord shall scatter thee among all people.
Among what?
Among all people.
So our people, or this people that it's talking about, is going to be scattered among all the nations, right? Throughout the four corners of the earth, right? Go ahead.
From one end of the earth,
right,
even unto the other.
Even unto the other end, right? You're going to be scattered as a people among all nations, right? Go ahead.
And there thou shalt serve other gods.
And when you get there, you're going to serve other gods from the other nations, right? Because these people that it's talking to, they had their own God, the Most High God. But when they went into being scattered, right, and ultimately slavery, they went into serving other gods, other idolatry, other theologies, other religions, right? And these people would not be joining to their God. They're going to be listening to or following after the other nations' gods, right? Keep going.
which neither thou nor thy fathers have known, even wood and stone.
What would be a wood representation of something that our people worship?
A stone. It ain't
Is it a
wood.
wood?
Like wood.
ain't
Something,
gonna
something
be
that's
wood
wood that our
when
people worship.
When it's an image.
Any and everything down there.
Okay.
Tables.
Yeah, a lot of
fucking-
things, but that's true.
it's
She's
true.
not wrong,
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah,
when you think of
cars,
religion,
everything.
when you think of
That's a
religion
machine,
or a doctrine that our people follow after that has been overriding us as a people, what is some form of idolatry that may be? I'm gonna put it like this: if you go to any Christian church, what you gonna see in front of the church,
Now you gonna see the name of it for sure.
right?
Maybe a picture of the pastor.
Right. What else? What do they bow down and pray to?
Put around their neck.
They put it around their
Yep,
neck.
cross.
They what?
Proud.
The
Cross.
cross.
That's right.
So
That's
the-
right.
That's that spiritual representation of this wood that we will worship, right? You know what I'm saying? Instead of the Most High God, right? And says the stone as well. If you're not familiar in the Islamic faith, they pray to the Kaaba stone, right? So that's another form of religion that would overtake our people. So jump to verse. You finished 64. Get 68. Get right to the point. Oh, you got 68 right. Bring that 68, and then I want you to read Exodus 2, and then you give me second Exodus 1 and 2.
What you call
The
that?
book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28,
We can talk about that too.
verse
Go ahead.
68. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Right? And it said we're going to go into Egypt again. Egypt, when you hear the word Egypt, you think of the landmass, but it's talking about what we were doing in Egypt, right? Like when the Hebrews or the people of Moses was in Egypt, what was they doing? They were slaves, right? So when you hear this word, Egypt, it's not talking about the landmass, because at that time it wasn't called Egypt, right? It was the conditions. So at that time we were slaves, but we're going to prove that that's what it's talking about. Give me that second, yeah, you already there, bring it out.
The book
And
of
then I want that
Exodus,
one
chapter
next.
20, verse 2.
Bring it out.
I'm the Lord thy God, which I brought thee out the land of Egypt.
Out of what?
Out the land of Egypt.
Right?
Out of the house of bondage.
The what?
Out of the house of bondage.
What is Egypt?
Out of the house of bondage.
So Egypt is synonymous with bondage or captivity or slavery. So we're going to read it again, and we're going to say bondage or captivity or slavery, right? Oh, what you got? But watch this. Read it again.
This is the book of 2nd Ezra 1 and 7.
Bring it out.
I am not I even he that brought them out of the land of Egypt,
Right?
from the house of bondage,
From what?
from the house of bondage.
That's just going precept on precept, showing y'all that, and it's more, showing y'all that the word Egypt is synonymous with bondage, right? So now we're going to read that verse again, but instead of saying Egypt, we're going to say bondage or slavery. Bring it out.
Deuteronomy chapter 28, verse 68. And the Lord shall bring thee into bondage again with ships.
With what?
With ships.
With what?
With ships.
How did our people get over here?
Over the water for
Ships,
sure.
right? The transatlantic slave trade scattered our people throughout the four corners of the earth, just like you was reading in verse 64, right? People were taken from one landmass to another landmass, right? They were jumped out and they were scattered throughout the four corners, right? Give me James 1 and 1, right?
No.
Because it's showing you that these people, the 12 tribes of Israel, is the people that happened to. Can you think of any other nation of people that went through being scattered and slavery via transatlantic slave trade or via ship? That only happened to us, right? So
Teach
through
up.
prophetical evidence, it would have to be talking about us, because that didn't happen to nobody but us. Give me 28 and 54. But go ahead, what you got?
This is the book of James 1 and 1.
Right?
James, a servant of God,
Right.
and of the Lord Jesus Christ,
Right.
to the 12 tribes,
To who?
the 12
No,
tribes,
to everybody.
the 12 tribes,
No Christians.
the 12 tribes,
The 12 tribes of Israel, right? These are God's chosen people. Go ahead.
which are scattered abroad.
Right?
Greeting.
Greetings, right? The 12 tribes were scattered abroad like the four corners, right? So contrary to what you may have been taught or you may believe, this book is only written to the Israelites.
That's right.
From Genesis to Revelation is only talking to a certain people, right? And we just happen to be those people. If your father is a so-called black man, his father is a so-called black man, 9 times out of 10, you would descend from the tribe of Judah.
That's right.
That's the king tribe. That's the tribe that David come from. Solomon, Christ, all of them descend from this tribe, right? So these people were given a covenant with the Most High God, a blessing if they would listen to Him, and a curse if they wouldn't, right? So we're gonna continue to go into the curses and show you that this would have to be us because these curses only fit us. Give me 28 and 41. Bring this out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, 54.
Right.
Bring it out. So that the man that is tender among you,
Right.
and very delicate,
Right? Because we used to show a lot of love. We used to have brotherly love, right? You know what I'm saying? And now that tender and delicateness has been turned to emotional. Brothers
That's
getting
right.
their emotions
Teach
and they
up.
have an evil eye toward their brother, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
his eye shall be evil towards his brother,
Right.
and toward the wife of his bosom,
Right?
and toward the remnant of his children.
So there you go. Fatherless homes, black on black crime right there. And you have your baby daddy, baby mama drama. You have the split and the divide in the household, right? You know what I'm saying? All of that is tied up in that one curse. Keep reading.
And toward the remnant of his children, which he shall lead.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall lead.
Which he shall what?
Which he shall lead.
Now, what other nation of people is that like a stigmatism? Like we known for leaving our children, right? We known for not being there for our children. We known for having evil eye towards our brother, gang banging, right? Robbing each other, right? Other nations is not really going through that. They had their own things that they are going through, but this would have to be talking about us, right?
That's right.
Bring out that 41.
Deuteronomy 28 and 41.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt beget sons and daughters,
Right.
but thou shalt not enjoy them.
Thou shalt what?
Thou shalt not enjoy them,
Right.
for they shall go into captivity.
I'm at 46. Jump to 46.
Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
For what?
For a sign.
What's this place right here? What's this? How do you know that?
The sign.
Because the sign, right?
Bring it out.
This right here, these curses is going to be on a sign for us. This is how we're going to be able to identify ourselves in the latter days, right? Because these curses and blessings only apply to a certain people, right? And it only applies to the Israelites, and we just happen to be those people, right? So print that out.
For they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder,
Give me 1 Corinthians 1 and 22.
and upon thy seed forever.
That's right.
Forever.
How long?
Forever.
So from the moment that the Most High put this covenant on us, even until the day and beyond, these blessings and curses are going to be tied to us for a sign.
That's right.
Because we don't know who we are. They know who we are, but we don't know who we are. When we came off them slave boats, they took our language, our culture, our heritage, right?
Teach.
And they gave us what they wanted us to know. They
That's
put a
right.
title
Teach.
on us of what they would get that 37, right? Because I asked the sister what her nationality was, and she said nigga, or black, or African American, right? But when we got off those boats, were we speaking English?
No.
More than 9 times out of 10,
No,
we
we
wasn't.
not.
We definitely wasn't speaking English, right?
No.
So if we wasn't speaking English, our nationality can't be an English word. Does that make sense?
Right.
Okay, go ahead.
Deuteronomy 28 and 37. And thou shalt become an astonishment.
A what?
An astonishment.
Look at these niggas, man. All they want to do is hang out, smoke weed, drink 40s, sell drugs, not take care of their children. Look at these niggas, man. They don't got nothing. All they do is want to hoop, make songs, dance,
Yeah.
right? Jump from the free
Teach
throw
up.
line, right? That's an astonishment to the other nations, right? Go ahead.
A proverb.
A what?
A proverb.
If you want to hide anything from a black person, you put it in a what?
In the book, bro.
That's a proverb. That's on our people.
right.
That's not
Teach,
on everybody.
huh?
That's on our people, right? Go ahead.
And a byword.
And then what?
And
You
a byword.
know what a byword is?
What is it?
Black,
Okay.
Negro,
Okay.
African American, nigga, colored.
That's right.
Those are bywords that are tied to our people, right? Our identity changed every few years, right? You wasn't calling yourself African American before 1986.
Bring it out.
Jesse Jackson made that phrase.
Yeah.
Before that, we was called something else, and before that, we was called something else. But if you go all the way back and check those slaves logs, those slaves were being called Jews before they were called anything.
Teach up.
Right? That's right. So read that 1 Corinthians 1 and 22. Because these curses are going to be on us for a sign. Why? Watch this.
The book of 1 Corinthians, chapter 1, verse 22.
Bring it out.
For the Jews require
Hey,
signs.
what?
The Jews require signs.
We require a sign. The Most High got to show us something. We a real show me type of people, right?
Right.
We can hear things that make sense, but
Right.
if you ain't showing me, I don't really want to hear it, right? Because we are stubborn and stiff-necked people. We want to do our own thing.
That's right.
But the Most High chose us to be special unto Him, a special people. Give me Deuteronomy 76. Give me Psalm
That's
135 and 4.
Bring it out.
Right? Because we ain't just any people. We are special people. We are ancient people, right?
Teach,
We
John,
descend
teach.
from the Most High God through Adam, through Noah, through Abraham, through Isaac, through Jacob. This is our ancestors. This is our heritage, right? This are our people. The reason we adapt or settle for being black niggas, thoughts, because we don't know who we are. Right? Go ahead.
This is Psalms
Give me that next
135 and verse 4.
Right?
For the Lord hath chosen Jacob unto himself.
He did what?
Have chosen Jacob
Jacob
unto himself.
Right?
And Israel for his peculiar treasure.
For what?
For his peculiar treasure.
So not only do you have to know yourself, you got to know your work. If the Most High said you're a peculiar treasure, then you nothing short of that. But if the white man tell you nothing, you spit, you at the bottom, we gonna cleave to that because that's the most common thing being told to us. We don't read the Bible. It's the best book. You mean Isaiah 34 and 16. All right, bring it out.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, verse 6.
Right.
For thou art an holy people.
Thou art what?
Thou art an holy people.
We are what?
Thou art an holy people.
We are very holy people. You know what holy means?
We Christians.
Say it again, sis.
We Christians, like, we believing in the Bible.
Believing like hell.
I mean, that's one thing to be a believer, but the word holy has like a definition. And that means to be set apart, to be separate. If everybody in the world is celebrating Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, you probably shouldn't do it because what we doing gonna be set apart from what everybody else does.
That's right.
Right? The Most High gave us specific things, a specific code of ethics, specific commandments. He didn't give us holidays, he gave us holy days.
Okay.
All our days are set apart. We're not supposed to be doing what the rest of the world is doing, right? Because he made us to be special, right? What you got? You finished that out?
No, not yet.
Go ahead.
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy God.
Give me,
The Lord thy God has chosen thee to be a special people unto himself,
right?
above all people.
No, equal.
Above all people.
Nah, man was created equal.
Above all people.
The Most High made you to be above the rest of these nations, right? But the reason that we not is because we didn't keep the commandments.
That's right.
We don't keep the commandments, we fall under the curses. One of the curses is we gonna be the tail and they gonna be the head, right? You know what I'm saying? So as long as we not listening to our God, we are subject to these curses, right? Go ahead, finish that out.
That are upon the face of the earth.
That's it. Okay, give me that. What you got?
1 Peter 2 and 9.
Give me Genesis 32, start at 8.
2 Peter 2 and 9. The Lord knoweth how to deliver a godly out of temptation,
Right?
and to reserve the
1 Peter 2 and 9. So
1 Peter 2 and 9. But ye are a chosen generation.
A what?
A chosen generation.
Uh-huh.
A royal priesthood.
A what?
A royal priesthood.
So our women, our children, we are a royal nation, right? Our men are meant to be kings and priests, right? Our daughters are meant to be royalty. The scripture said they were so delicate, the sole of their feet didn't even touch the ground. They used to get carried around, right? Because we descend from kings. We're a royal nation. But we've been suppressed into nigger, black, right? You know what I'm saying? And just being overall at the bottom, right? Go ahead.
And holy nation.
A what?
And holy
So
nation.
that word holy is again. We're a set apart nation.
That's
Go
right.
ahead.
A peculiar people.
Uh-huh.
That ye should show forth your praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right? And he calling us out of this darkness of not knowing who we are. Wandering around in darkness is what we're doing as a nation. Bumping into each other, falling over each other, not seeing the value we have as a people in each other.
Teach up.
Right? But when we come into this light, you can see clearer. You understand that my brother, every other nation understand that their power is in the nation and in the numbers of their people except us. Right? Our eyes are evil toward each other and our foreheads are made hard against each other because we stubborn and we stiff-necked and we don't know who we are. Right? Go ahead.
Matthew 5 and 13.
Bring it out.
Ye are the salt of the earth.
We are what?
Ye are the salt of the earth.
Go ahead.
But if the salt have lost his savior,
If you don't know you special, if you don't know you a chosen people, right? If you think you just an ordinary person just like everybody else, right? Go ahead.
wherewith shall it be salted?
What's the reason of having a salt? What's the reason of being
Bring it
chosen
out,
if you're not gonna move like you chosen? Right? Go ahead.
It is thenceforth good for nothing.
It is what?
Thenceforth good for nothing,
Go ahead.
but to be cast out.
And when we being cast out as a people, and we being trodden down, don't they got their foot on our necks? And we the last hired, first fired, and we the ones subject to poverty, and we the ones subject to all these different diseases in this land.
Now, Doc.
And to be trodden under the foot of men.
And we get trodden under the foot of men, right?
Can I ask you a question? I
What
don't
you
mean
got,
to cut
King?
you
Of
off.
course, go ahead.
What's your meaning of a nigga? I heard you say nigga plenty of
Give
times.
me
Like,
Acts 13 and 1.
bring it up.
Right? Nigga is a Latin word. It just means black or dark skin. Right? Regardless of what the enemy may tell you that it means ignorant, that's not accurate. it just means black or dark skin, right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Acts chapter 13 from the top. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers, as Barnabas and Simeon.
So at this church in Antioch, there were certain prophets and teachers of the tribe of Israel, of the 12 tribes, right? And they were in this establishment, right? Go ahead.
That was called nigger.
They were called what?
Nigger.
They were called what?
Nigger.
So even back in the day, the prophets and the teachers was called niggers because that just means dark skin.
That's right.
That's all it means. You know what I'm saying? That's the definition literally of the word. It descends from the Latin word Niger, and it just means dark skin. That's it, that's all. But they've taken that word and made it a derogatory word toward us, right? And they flipped it and made it to use against us, right? Even when they was calling us nigger back then, they was using it in a hateful manner, right? But if you go back into the etymology of the word, it literally just means dark skin. That's it. Go ahead. But we know and understand that the Jews were of that color. Give me Job. What you holding right now? Hold that. Give me Job 30 and 30. And then after that, you give me Jeremiah 14.
Okay, this is the Strong's definition of the word Niger.
Here you go, right here. Watch this.
This is the Blue Letter Bible. This is the Strong's definition of the word Niger. Neger, or Latin origin. Black Neger.
What?
Black Neger.
What?
Black Neger.
So black or dark skin, Negro, go ahead.
A Christian.
A what?
A Christian.
And even Christian was a derogatory term in the Bible, right?
That's right.
It's only mentioned like 3 times throughout the whole Bible, right? You know what I'm saying? But the word Israel or Israelite is mentioned over 2,500 times. So it shows you who this book is really talking to, right? Give me what you got? Jeremiah 14:2, and then Job 30 and 30. Watch this.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30.
Uh-huh.
My skin is black upon me.
My what?
My skin is black upon me.
Job said, my skin is black upon me, right? Go ahead.
And my bones are burnt with heat.
And my bones are burnt with heat. So they're showing you one of the pigmentation of the so-called Israelites. How you doing, King? How you doing, King? Come. Give us a few minutes. We're actually showing the depiction of the people of the Bible, what they actually look like according to the scripture. Bring that out again.
The book of Job, chapter 30, verse 30.
Uh-huh.
My skin is black upon me.
My what?
My skin is black upon me.
So y'all familiar with Job in the Bible? Job said, my skin is black upon me. And we know nobody on earth is the same color as your pants. Nobody is that color. But it's a term that we use to identify or describe ourselves, and we've been describing ourselves like that for years. Right? Go ahead. It's not a nationality, but it's a description, right? Go ahead.
And my bones are burnt with heat.
All right, drop that. Go ahead.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 14 and verse 2. Judah mourneth.
Judah does what?
Judah mourneth.
So Judah would be the so-called American blacks, right? Again, Christ comes from this tribe. David, Solomon, right? A lot of the prophets, the apostles, a lot of them were Jews. Jude is also referencing the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi. But the tribe, the word actually descends from the word Judah, right? So in order to be a Jew, more than likely you will be from the tribe of Judah, right? Okay, go ahead.
Judah mourneth, and the gates thereof languish.
Right.
They are black unto the ground.
They are what?
They are black unto the ground.
So us as a nation, we are black unto the ground, meaning we are different shades of the gray. Like if you go to Oklahoma, you find the red clay. If you go, anywhere, you got darker soil. Some soil is lighter than the other ones, but we are all different shades of the ground.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So all these people, for the most part, have a darker complexion or pigmentation, right? What you got? You look like you looking at something.
I'm just reading.
So do y'all believe in the Most High God and His Holy Son, Christ? Believe in Christ? Say that again.
I believe in spiritual power. I'm not gonna call it Christ.
You're not gonna call it Christ. Where did you learn about spirituality? Reading? Reading what? Just different things? Give me Romans 8:16.
Look it out.
Because you gotta understand, bro, demons are spiritual too.
Yeah.
So just tapping into different spirits. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and start at
I got a question.
13.
You guys
Yeah.
have spiritual.
I'll pray. What you got, Ken?
You say the meaning of nigger means dark skin, right?
Right.
So we're not the only one dark skinned. Right. So that means we're not the only one niggas.
That's true. Right. Technically, that's true. Or other people call nigga. See what I'm saying? It became a stigmatism. Africans are not called niggas.
Right.
They call us niggas. Right. Elam, the so-called Eastern Indians are dark. Some of them are darker than us, but they not called niggas. Right. The Ishmaelites, which are the so-called Arabs, are dark-skinned people. Some of them are way darker than us, but they not called nigger. Right.
So that's just a title.
No, it's a byword.
They put on us.
It's a byword, right? It's something that they put on us to keep us from knowing what we are. So if you think you're a nigga, you won't know you a king.
So we're not the only ones can be niggas.
Technically, by the form of that word, yes, but nobody else is called niggas but us. You ever hear these other nations being called niggas? It's us that's being called niggas. And we've been being called that before even the time of the slave trade, right? You know what I'm saying? It's something that's been tied to our people. And that's one reason because that reason is because we were given that title because we didn't know who we are. Other nations know who they are. They haven't lost their history. We lost ours.
Right.
So it's easy for them to say you a nigger, or you black, or you colored, or you a Negro.
Right.
If that's the case, then where's Negro land? Where's black land? Can you catch a plane to Africa, America? Come on, please don't play, bro. We're the only people that applies to. We don't have a nationality. You can't call an Elamite or a so-called Middle Eastern man a nigger because he know who he is.
Right.
We don't know who we are. Go ahead.
Jeremiah 17 and verse 4.
Bring it out.
That's right.
And thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage. Shalt discontinue from thine heritage.
So we would discontinue from our heritage, right? The Eastern Indians, they worship the seven-armed Lady Shiva, right? You know what I'm saying? The Arab, the Ishmaelites, they got the Prophet Muhammad that they listen to.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
We got this devil right here. We were told that this was our Messiah, somebody that looked like our oppressor. That happened to our people, right? It don't happen to everybody else. I got you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Keep reading that. Finish that up.
Even thou, even thyself, shalt discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Thy what?
Thine enemies.
Thy what?
Thine enemies.
Now, when we came into captivity, who did we serve? What nation of people? So-called white man, right? So according to the Bible, they will make them my what? Read it again.
I will cause thee to serve thine enemies.
Thy what?
Thine enemies.
Thy what?
Thine enemies.
So they will be called our enemies, right? Go ahead.
In the land which thou knowest not.
And we didn't know nothing about this land when we got over here. The northern kingdom was here, right? But we didn't know nothing about it in America, right? We didn't know nothing about the 13 colonies. We didn't know nothing about the Constitution. We didn't know nothing about that. All that is foreign language to us, right? Give me that Genesis 32 and 9 if you still holding it.
I'm gonna get that next.
Okay. And then you give me, I think it's Leviticus 20 and 24.
Check it out.
The book of Genesis, chapter 32, verse 9. And Jacob said, O God of my father Abraham, and God of my...
Shalakia, Deuteronomy 32 and 8. Shalakia.
The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32, verse 8. Bring it out.
When the Most High divided to the nations and their inheritance, when he separated the sons of Adam,
He did what?
he separated the sons of Adam.
So we were always meant to be separate. In America, you got this big melting pot. You see this right here with the whore of Babylon right here? In America, it tell you all nations are supposed to dwell together. We come together and chase the American dream, which has been a nightmare for us since we got here. Right? It ain't nothing that America's done to benefit our people, to lift us up. It's only pushed us further away from our God and our heritage, right? And caused us to join unto the enemy, right? So this cannot be a dream for us. It's a nightmare, right? Finish that out, King.
He set the bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel.
So when he set the bounds of the landmasses, he did it according to the children of Israel, right? Because this is the Most High's life. This is the Most High's portion. Regardless of what you may have heard, the Most High only loves these people.
That's right.
This is his chosen people. These are the people that he's exalting in the end times, and these are the people who the kingdom of heaven is for, right?
Who the chosen people?
Who the chosen people? Give me Wisdom of Solomon 4 and 15, Wisdom of Solomon 3 and 9, Isaiah 44. You can drop what you got. Isaiah 44, I think 2 or 1. Yeah. We're gonna show you. And then I'm gonna end it with somebody give me 2nd Esdras 6 and 54. I'm gonna pass it to the next speaker.
Come on.
Okay, bring that out. I'm gonna show you who the elect is, the chosen is, and I'm gonna let the next teacher come up and edify you. Right? Go ahead.
This is the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 4 and verse 15. This the people saw and understood it not,
Right.
neither laid they up this in their minds, that his grace and mercy is with his saints.
With this what?
It's with his saints.
With this what?
It's with his saints.
Now, who are the saints?
That should be a question. Psalms 50 and 5, real quick. Real quick. Psalms 50 and 5. Because the chosen people, like you just said, is the saints, right? We're gonna show you who the saints are. All right, watch this.
The book of Psalms, chapter 50, verse 5. Gather my saints,
My what?
gather my saints
Gather my saints. Go ahead.
together unto me,
Uh-huh.
those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
Those who have made a covenant with the Most High by sacrifice. Like we just brought out in Deuteronomy, that covenant is with the children of Israel. So the saints, by default, will have to be the children of Israel.
That's right.
So the chosen and the elect are the saints, which are the children of Israel. We're going to prove it again through precepts, right? Go ahead. 3 and 9.
Wisdom of Solomon 3 and verse 9.
Bring it out.
What I tell you, dog? Okay.
They that put their trust in him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with him. For grace and mercy is to his saints.
It's to his what?
It's to his saints.
It's to his what?
It's to his saints. And he have care for his elect.
His what?
For his elect.
So the elect is the saints, right? And his chosen are the saints, right? Now bring that out in Isaiah 44.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 44, verse 1. Yet now hear, O Jacob, my servant,
My what?
my servant,
Go ahead.
and Israel, whom I have chosen.
Whom I have what?
Whom I have chosen.
Whom I have what?
Whom I have chosen.
Read.
Thus said the Lord that made thee, and formed thee from the womb, which will help thee. Fear not, O Jacob, my servant, and thou Jerusalem, and thou
Just run.
and thou Jeshurun, whom I have chosen.
So the chosen are the children of Israel, right? And with that, you might be thinking about the other nations. Like, how you gonna choose them and he made these people as well? So I'm gonna end it in this, right? Go ahead. Deuteronomy, 2nd Esdras 6 and 54.
Come on.
I'm going straight for the jugular, right?
Bring that out, Doc.
6 and 54. You already know? Okay. Bring it out.
Con, this is the book of 2nd Esdras, chapter 6, verse 54.
Bring it out.
And after these, Adam also, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures,
Right?
of him come we all.
We all come from Adam. All people come from Adam, right? Watch this.
And the people also whom thou hast chosen.
So all people come from Adam, but these chosen people come from Adam too, right? Go ahead.
All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made it the world for our sake.
For what?
For our sake.
So all this world that you know to come to existence was made for the Israelites.
That's right.
All of this was made just for us, right? Go ahead.
As for the other people,
As for the other people
which also come of Adam,
that also come of Adam, that's not the chosen, right?
thou hast said that they are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
They are what?
They are nothing.
Read.
But be like unto spittle.
Unto what?
Be like unto spittle.
What spittle? Brother, if you hop the loogie right there on the ground, that's what the Most High think about the rest of the nation. If you're not an Israelite, you're not nothing, right? Go ahead.
And has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that had fallen from a vessel.
So if you had a cup out here or a chalice and you was drinking some type of wonderful beverage and you wasted a little bit out of your cup, the rest of the nations that's not Israelite, that's what he think about that drop that fell. But everything else that's in your cup, that's the Israelites. That's the chosen right there. That's the real value, right? Finish it out.
Come, verse 57. And now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing,
These what?
the heathen have been reputed as nothing,
That's nothing.
have begun to be lords over us.
But they ruling over us right now. I'm telling you that we the chosen people and we the best people on the earth, but they ruling over us right now. That's right. Why? Because we haven't kept the commandments, right? Just like I started out with at the beginning, right? Go ahead.
And to devour us. But we thy people.
We what?
But we thy people,
Real possessive. We, thy people, meaning your people. Go ahead.
whom thou hast called thy firstborn.
Now what?
Thy firstborn.
Right.
Thy only begotten.
and thy fervent lover.
Because we have a relationship with the Most High. We chosen. The Most High has established us and predestinated us to be the chosen people from aforetime, from the spiritual world. Before we can even fathom who we were as an entity, the Most High had already chose us to be special and lifted us above all the other nations, right? Go ahead.
Are given unto their hands.
And we give it unto their hand because we are stiff-necked, stubborn people, and we want to do our own thing. We want to do our own will and not the will of the Father, right? Go ahead.
If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world?
Why do we not possess an inheritance if the world be made for our sake? I'm gonna let the next brother edify you on that. With that, I'm Brother Shamarai with SUC. Come here, Shala.
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 Come here, Shala.